Hey guys, and welcome to my stimulus package update and stimulus check update. Wow, I haven't said those words in so long. I want you guys to know that I missed you more than you missed me, and I'm happy I'm back here for you with another video just to give you my perspective on everything that's been going on.
House Democrats want more executive actions from Biden. President keeps up his efforts to blame Putin for inflation and gas prices. And we're going to be hearing here executive orders, executive actions, these requests directly from the president. These are when legislation is not working, when Congress can't get it all together and the president just steps up and steps in and takes action. Now, the article says President Joe Biden on Friday continued to blame both the pandemic and Russian President Vladimir Putin for high gas prices and sought to blunt arguments about federal spending, aka stimulus packages, contributing to inflation. Now, we've got two arguments here. Let me know your thoughts. We have a lot of Republicans and conservatives saying that all of the stimulus packages that were passed before are contributing and adding to inflation, which is now at a 40-year high. And if we pass more or too much or unnecessary stimulus, it's going to be causing inflation to go even higher and worsen. Now, on the other hand, we do have a lot of data and research coming out saying that yes, stimulus is contributing to inflation, but not as greatly as one might think. Right now, it's at 7.5% increase, and they're saying that all the stimulus that was passed doesn't even equate to 1% of an increase in inflation. They're saying it's a combination of things. Stimulus packages, supply chain issues, slowdowns from the pandemic, what's happening with Russia and Ukraine, and all of these compiled together is causing massive inflation. So we've got the two arguments. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And the one argument saying that it's not going to be increasing it as greatly as we might think, they're suggesting we need more stimulus to help people get through this time since it's not going to be adding as greatly. And once we get done with all of the other issues, then inflation's going to slow down and it's going to creep down and it's not going to be as bad as we're experiencing. Let me know your thoughts, you guys. But reading on, it says that people didn't spend money on leisure activities, so they wanted to spend it on other things, on hard goods, home improvements, televisions, additions to their home, the very products that slowed down by disruption in the supply chain because there weren't people cutting 2x4s because of the pandemic, Biden said during his visit to the House Democrats Issues Conference. Now, conceding he was preaching to the choir, the president also said the second big reason for inflation is Vladimir Putin. From the moment that he put his over 150,000 troops on the Ukrainian border, the prices of gasoline in January went up by 75 cents. And you guys, this is the major push right now for more stimulus checks. We heard from the president that gas prices, they're not coming down anytime soon. As a matter of fact, they're just probably going to keep going up. And as a result, they're saying, since we can't slow it down, the only thing we probably can do is put money in people's pockets to help them pay for this increased gas pricing. Now, ahead of Biden's arrival on Friday, members were advocating for him to take further executive action on issues from voting rights to policing policies to immigration. There's a ton of different ones, and one of them also is stimulus. They're saying, listen, we need to get something done if legislation won't pass through with reconciliation or the traditional means. Executive actions are going to be necessary, and we've got to get something done this midterm year election. However, listen to this, but executive actions were not the president's focus either in his public remarks or during question and answer sessions in the House Democrats that followed. According to, now listen to this, Congressional Progressive Caucus Chair Pramila Jayapal, the caucus is working to craft a set of executive actions that they would like to see from Biden. So they're saying, listen, we're actually going to prepare for you all the executive actions that we want you to take. And they're getting them ready. They've got a list of all these things that they're saying they need to be done, and they need to be done right away. And one of those is additional stimulus spending. Now, Majority Whip James Clyburn, a key ally for the president, recalled a recent meeting with Biden and a Congressional Black Caucus in which members referenced the significance of executive authority. Executive orders do have power. The armed services were integrated by Harriet Tubman by executive order. Jumping down, it says on Friday, Clyburn and Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi each referenced the Emancipation Proclamation being an executive order signed by Abraham Lincoln that was the precursor to amending the Constitution to ban slavery. The Congressional Hispanic Caucus has similarly advocated for furthering executive actions in areas such as immigration as well. Legislation is always our preferred strategy. From the speaker to the majority leader, everyone behind me, we know that there is no substitute for developing laws that develop benefits to our communities, said the caucus vice chair, Peter Aguilar. But we also need partners on the other side of the aisle who are willing to do that. And time again, Republicans have not supported taking action, whether it's delivering voting rights or ensuring that people who call there is no other country that is their home except the United States to ensure that they're protected. Now listen to this, you guys. Pramila Jayapal said that her caucus hopes to unveil a broad slate of proposed executive actions next week. Now, she declined to give reporters details, but jumping down, she said, "I don't want anyone to think or believe that executive actions is better than legislation. We would have always preferred to have legislation, but certainly there's a lot of areas where A, if we don't get legislation, the administration can take action." So when she's saying when Congress can't work together, that's when it's time for the president to step in, and B, the administration can take action to help move us more quickly toward the goals that we're working on. And we're hearing they want to do this right away because, as I mentioned, it's midterm elections year. Now, Republicans in Congress are opposing this, which is why they're not going to be able to pass legislation through the traditional means for additional spending. And also, conservative Democrats like Senator Joe Manchin are saying they are not necessarily on board either, which is why we're having trouble with the process of reconciliation. Now, he is working on the Build Back Better plan, but for more stimulus provisions, doesn't seem like he is. So that's why they're saying executive orders, executive actions might be the way forward. And listen to this, Representative Colin Alfred of Texas, he downplayed noise that's out there about inflation and gas, arguing it's not being caused by what we've done, but it's being driven by the forces that we're trying to combat. During the conference, members highlighted that it was a year ago that they passed the $1.9 trillion pandemic package that included relief checks, the stimulus checks of $1,400 sent to taxpayers, and monthly tax credit payments to parents. Despite those efforts, Biden saw his approval rating drop during the year. So they're saying that they believe that is one of the main reasons that is causing this surge of inflation. Us trying to combat the pandemic, we're creating an economic disaster. So there you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I will keep you up to date on this. Likely this week we're hearing the Democratic Progressive Caucus is going to be releasing that list of executive orders and actions that they're going to be pressuring President Joe Biden to pass through, and we will see what he does, and I will keep you up to date. And as always, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. Again, if you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget to take a quick second, smash that like button for me. I appreciate it. It helps out the channel a ton. If you missed my last videos on everything happening in California and Florida with stimulus checks for gas prices,
Alright guys, this is all I have for you in this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really missed you. Hopefully I'll see you here again very soon. And I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on everything we talked about here in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you all. Please hit the like button on the video, share this video with your friends and family, and subscribe if you haven't already, and click that notifications bell to be notified whenever I publish new videos for you. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.